seems to be a little bit of a battle of wills here between headlines and what's actually going on in the economy. So I want to dive into that with you and show you a few examples of just what I mean. Hey, welcome to this week's Mortgage Minutes with Mitch. I'm Mitch Jenkins, Senior Loan Officer with Your Home Financial. So first thing I want to look at is the GDP numbers that came out this week, showing that we had 4.9% growth in the third quarter. Sounds great. The Fed really thinks that shows the strength of our economy and the resilience of the U.S. consumer, but when you look a little bit deeper, there's a few things that don't sit right. Now, first, you have very near record low foreclosure rates. That's a good sign, but we're starting to see credit cards start to default and auto loans starting to default. I mean, subprime auto loans are actually at a record high right now, over 6% default. So that's a concern, and that's a little bit of a crack in the headline there that they're not talking about. Now, next up is median home values, and you see that the headline says they're down 2.3% year over year. Yes, that's true, but I've been saying for a long time home values are going up year over year, so how can both be true? Well, when you look at year over year increases on actual homes, yes, that's up and that's continued to go up. Supply and demand is not looking like that's going to change that anytime soon. So when you look at the median home value, that's just the price of homes across the board selling. Now, the homes that have the biggest impact of higher interest rates are the higher end homes. So the higher the value, the more your payment when rates go up. So when you really look at that, all that could mean is that less luxury homes are selling, which in this market with the higher interest rates, probably the case. So it's a little misleading in that it doesn't necessarily mean people are losing values in their homes. It just means that less higher value homes are selling. And then the last thing is the chief economist of Realtor.com came out and said it's cheaper to rent than buy in almost every major US market. Now, if you're looking just strictly from a dollar for dollar standpoint as far as your payment to rent compared to the payment to own a home, yes, that could potentially be true. But what they're not discussing or they're not actually showing you is what the benefits are that come with owning a home. So you're going to be paying down that mortgage, which is going to build equity. That's future equity that you can tap into for a plethora of things. And then you also have appreciation. So that home is going to continue to gain value year over year. Now, if you rent, you're missing out on that. You're not building equity, you're building someone else's equity, and any appreciation in that home is not your own. So when you factor those in, it's still, in most cases, better to buy than rent. So the reason I tell you these things is just to make sure that when you're making a decision like buying a home, you want to go with somebody that understands the market, that's really educating you and can show you more than just the headlines. So if you are in the market, would love to be the one to help you. Let me know what I can do. So next week, all our eyes are going to be on the Fed. They're going to be meeting for the second and last time this year. The consensus is that hopefully they're going to pause and not raise the federal funds rate. And then all eyes will be on December, the last meeting of the year, to kind of set the tone for 2024. So let me know what I can do for you as always. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.